Pagbutihin na lahat ang bituin ay sungkitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong hanggang makipagsabayan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan, kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa, sa alab na puso laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong hanggang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba, pag may pangarap handang makipagsabayan. Sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway. Gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat, kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad, ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong hanggang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan. Tuloy-tuloy lang, kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutihin na lahat ang bituin ay sungkitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong hanggang makipagsabayan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan, kahit anong nakaharang.
And may we request everyone to please stand up for the NBL prayer.
Dear God, from whom every goodness, wisdom and strength comes and begins. We are ever grateful as we owe before you all that we have and all that we are. Father, in our every sport and tournament, we ask you, keep us away from any danger, injury, accident, or untoward incident. Keep us safe and free from the infectious COVID-19, and keep us reminded to show true friendship and sportsmanship, that in our actions and showcase of skills and talents, your name may be praised. In your kindness and inspiration, continue making us mature and grow into the best versions of ourselves, where in anything and everything we do it for your greater glory. This we pray in your most holy name. Amen.
May you request both teams to stay in front of their respective benches for the singing of the province and city hymn.
Bayang pinapala ng dakilang lumikha, may bagong pag-asa sa hangaring dakila, sa mahal kong bayan. Iay nating lahat kapag napaglilingkod, Taguig ay sasadanan. Taguig magkalingan ang lahat, di ka malilimot. Bayan kong sa kalbilan, saan ko nadarama. Taguig ay paunlarin ang aming hangarin. Bayan kong Taguig, wala kang pagmamahalin.
Malinis land of glory, fame the warning songs and stories. Hear us sing, we sing to thee, voices of a people free. Heard of hills and azure mountains, with the roofs and flashing fountains, in the lovely pleasant land, as seas break o'er the sand. For the sun that is adorning, when the sun breaks us this morning.
You may now take your seats. Both teams may continue to warm up.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan kahit anong nakaharang.
Homegrown basketball talents are about to be showcased once again because we're here at the Brenzi Giao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga for today's doubleheader in the NBL Pilipinas. We have a doubleheader in store. First up is the CamSur Express going up against the former defending champions, the Taguig Generals. It's catching up because the returning team, the CamSur Express, are trying to catch up after starting the season with a loss, and they are trying to get their first win against the Taguig Generals. Good afternoon, Hoops fans. My name is Carlos Sacamos. It's a pleasure to once again take you through the action in today's games in the NBL Pilipinas dito sa tahanan ng tunay na homegrown. As you take a look at the CamSur Express and the Generals warming up, it was a rusty return for the Express after a 2-year hiatus. They are coming back in their last game just 2 days ago. On Friday, they suffered a 96-75 loss against the Laguna Kings, and the key statistic there was their turnovers. They committed 30 turnovers that led to 14 turnover points for the Kings on the way to the Kings' first victory in the tournament. And on the other end, it's a guerrilla warfare between the Generals and the Kings in their first game, as the Generals split their first 2 games and they have got their first win, an 82-73 victory in their first game. And before we start the game, let's turn you over to Kiko Malikdem for the starting lineups.
Convention Center. This is the 2022 NBL Chairman's Cup. Game on hand is between the Taguig Generals and the CamSur Express. Let's now meet the starting 5 for CamSur Express. At guard, number 19 from Pili Camarines Sur, Fred Hermonio. At the other guard position, number 16 from San Andres Catanduanes, Jonathan Del Rosario. At forward, wearing jersey number 20, from San Nicolas, Iriga City, AJ Perea. At the other forward position, wearing jersey number 9, from Nabua, Camarines Sur, Francis Redondo. And wearing jersey number 12, MJ Raton. Head coach, JP Diswanco. And now, let's meet the starters for the Taguig Generals. Number 0, from Central Bicutan, LJ Mayo. Number 3, from Falingon, Jonathan Lontok. Number 21, from Bagong Tanyag, Fidel Castro. Number 25 from Bagong Bayan, Edsel Galoy. And number 69 from Bagong Bayan, Harvey Sobrabas. Head coach for Taguig Generals, Bing Victoria. Games officials for this game, Cornel Tungol, Armand Benaventura, and Jerry Borja. This game is regulated by the Games and Amusements
And we're back
Board.
to the starting lineups. The Express starting with Hermonio, Del Rosario, Raton, Perea, and Redondo. And on the other end, the Generals with Subrabas, Castro, Lontok, Mayo, and Galoy. So those are your starting fives for both teams, and we are up. First possession of the ball game goes to the Express. Again, they're coming off a 2-year break. The team decided to take a break due to safety reasons after the pandemic. But they are now trying to get back from where they left off. And they're in the second game of the tournament, coming off a loss against the Laguna Kings. But now they're trying to get their first victory. But they have another tough opponent in store for them in the form of the former defending champions, the Taguig Generals, who have finally barged into the win column in their last game after starting the season with a defeat. So let's see if the Generals can get it to back-to-back victories. At the Express, courtesy of Del Rosario, opening things up with that 3-point bomber from the right corner. Now it's Castro, and the steal by Del Rosario, doing it on both ends of the floor. Short jumper, no go. Rebound by the Generals. Layup is good. Galoy on you, putting the Generals on the board. Again, the Generals coming off a victory in their last game. And they are trying to start a win streak in this game. As Castro takes a three and he makes it. Fidel Castro retaliating on that Del Rosario three-pointer in the previous plays as the Generals take a 2-point lead. Perea faking it, taking it. Still no go for AJ. Generals pushing it. Mayo gets it stolen by Del Rosario. Express on the break. Del Rosario no good. Offensive board. And they draw the foul. And Perea giving instructions to his teammates. As Harvey Subrabas gets called for that foul, Perea hits the first free throw. Jamil Bulawan finally coming in. One of the stars of the Express making his return. And the Express certainly expect a lot from Jamil Bulawan as Perea goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Express putting some pressure early on, and it results in a steal. Bulawan just coming in, immediate impact, but he gets called for the charge. Rather, a blocking foul was called on the opponent. Like what we said, immediate impact for the center who knows how to dribble the ball. He just threw it up and still got it to go, and the foul. Jamil Bulawan making his presence felt right away. And he completes the three-point play. Again, the pressure is on for the CamSur Express. But Lontok gets it across. Inside they go. And Del Rosario with the steal, and he is all alone on the other end for the deuce. Del Rosario gets it to go. Another bucket as the Express get to a 5-point lead, and another steal. Jamil Bulawan goes all the way. Another deuce. The Express building on this lead. Another steal, this time by Del Rosario. The Express, another layup. And that results in a timeout for the Taguig Generals as they are down by 9 early points As you take a look at those turnovers leading to easy baskets for the Express, trying to get their first victory in their return to the NBL Pilipinas. Another layup. Good. The Express up by 9. And we're back to the ball game. Again, we talk about the buckets and boards for the CamSur Express. There are 2 or 3 key players in Redondo and Fritz Hermonio. They try to rely on those 3 once again to get their first victory in this tournament. And they are looking good so far with a 9-point lead. But another miss was there. As you take a look at the turnover story, the Generals quickly piling it on these errors, and the Express are quick to pounce on those turnovers, leading to those easy baskets for that 9-point lead. As Luntok gets that hook shot to stop the bleeding for the Generals, they trim the lead to just 7. 2 minutes gone by in the opening period. Del Rosario. They go inside. Bulawan, short on that shot. Ball goes to Castro. They push the break. Galoy spinning, laying it up. No go. Will go to the other end. Del Rosario signaling a play. It's Redondo, wide open from the top of the key. He doesn't get it to fall. The Generals once again pushing it. Castro seeing some opening, doesn't get it to fall. And the ball stays with the Express. Some other reinforcements coming in. Mike Sampurna in for the Generals, while Alvin Margallo, the former Arellano standout, coming in for the Express. As you saw Coach Bing Victoria giving instructions to his Generals. The points in the paint story, 8-2 in favor of the Express, dominating the paint early on in this game, leading to this early lead. But Shoko has other plans as he buries that corner triple to cut the lead to just 4 points. Perea gets it across. Odomilla fakes it, thought about it, decides to take it, and it's short. Mayo gets the rebound. Sampurna inside. Mayo gets denied by Medellilla. Nice timing that time for Medellilla. That was a nice rejection that time. Thought he was wide open, but Medellilla was there to deny him. Gilbero sidestepping. They go inside. No go. Malumba draws the foul. Power play inside. And the first shot is good. Zuharto Mabalumba. the mainstays for the Generals. As Perea and the other key players taking a break for the Express. Second shot is in, 2 for 2 from the foul line. Mabalumba as the Express take their turn to call for time. We take a break. And we're back to the ball game. The CamSur Express and the Generals talking it over. After the Generals go on a mini run to cut the lead to just 2 points with 6 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first period. Generals applying some pressure. Margallo gets it across. Inside. Redondo, the jumper is good. Redondo makes them pay. Lead is back up to 4 for the Express. Francisco Tancioco using the screen by Mabalumba. Mabalumba, no good. Trying to get that offensive board. And the commotion resulting in a jump ball situation. That's on Mamalumba and Redondo. Redondo taking a breather after a solid showing. As another reinforcement is coming in. That's Noel Santos coming in for the Taguig Generals, trying to provide a spark off the bench with halfway through the opening period. Margallo decides to pass it. The shot is good for the Express. That's on Magalong. No good that time. Edenilla, no good. Loose ball goes to the Generals. Sampurna now directing traffic. Tancioco open for 3 and he drains it. Tancioco using those 2 screens. He finds himself wide open for that 3, cutting the lead to just 3. Express swinging it across. Magalong, and he gets fouled. Again, take a look. Tancioco 3, that's his second 3-pointer of the ball game already, using those 2 screens to get himself wide open, cutting the lead to just 3 points. Magalong short on that first attempt. Arnaldo Magalong on the second attempt is good. Lead is back up to 4 points. Again, Mike Sampurna signaling a number 2 play for the Generals. Santos on top, looking for a teammate. We find Gilbero. Tough jumper, no good, that's short. And the shot clock expires as the Express execute a solid defensive play that time. Again, the Express coming back to the NBL after a two-year break due to the COVID pandemic, and they are trying to pick up from where they left off. As Margallo gets called for the foul. Noel Santos with that deflection. He draws that quick foul. Sampurna taking it strong, and the foul was called. As Joey Medinilla gets called for the foul. Medinilla and Santos, some color developing between those two players. Commotion happening between them, but the refs quickly try to pacify those two players. The Generals again coming off a first win in their last game, a 75, or rather 82-73 victory over the Laguna Kings. After dominating the steals and the bench points department, they had 40 bench points in their last game. So we expect another deep production from their bench for them to get their second straight victory. As Del Rosario gets warned for resentment to that call. Gilbero gets the first free throw to go. Bulawan coming right back in for the Express. Sampurna skying high for that offensive board, but Margallo gets it for the defensive board. And that fast break attempt results in a foul by Richmond Gilbero. As Hermonio troops to the foul line for 2. Again, that Margallo rebound leading to that lead pass to Hermonio for the shot and the foul. Fritz Hermonio gets the second free throw to go, keeping the Generals at bay with a 4-point lead. Margallo a bit too fancy. Gilbero for 3, and he gets it to go. Richmond Gilbero knocking it down for the Generals as they now are only down by a point. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this opening period. Bulawan inside, Medinilla powering his way inside to no avail. Gilbero the rebound. Mabalumba back to Tansyoko. He goes inside, but he gets denied. But Sampurna was there to clean up the mess as the Generals, after trailing by as many as 9 points, Now already up by 1 point. Solid run for the Generals, the former champions. But Del Rosario quickly retaliates to give the lead back to the Express. Jonathan Del Rosario and another steal. 3-on-1 fast break. But nice deflection that time. Nice timing by Noel Santos and he's on the break and he finishes it. Noel Santos doing it on both ends. Going for that steal and finishing that fast break for the Generals. Del Rosario against Tancioco. Del Rosario floating it up. No good. Bulawan was there. Right place, right time. Jamil Bulawan. As the Express protecting a 2-point lead. Sampurna down low. Sampurna driving inside. The reverse layup is good. Barely escaping that blocking hands of Jamil Bulawan. And he gets that deuce to go to tie the ball game with less than a minute left in the opening quarter. Hermonio drops it. Noel Santos with another steal. 3-on-1 break. And Gilbero decides to take it. No good. Medinilla the rebound. Another careless pass. Medinilla, and that leads to another turnover. It has been the turnovers for both squads early on. It's the Generals turning it over, but now it's the Express. As you take a look at that Mike Sampurna drive, silky smooth after evading that block attempt by Jamil Bulawan. The game is tied at 25. Again, to our viewers, we're live on Solar Sports and on the social media channels of NBL Pilipinas. That's on Facebook and YouTube. So catch some homegrown basketball action on those channels. And we have video to Express and the Generals. As we take a look at Coach John Paul Diswango, the CamSur Express coach, trying to lead his team to their first victory in their return to the NBL Pilipinas. Mike Sampurna preparing to take the free throw. The Generals, however, get warned for delaying the game. Sampurna short on that first attempt. As Medinilla takes a breather for the Express. And in comes Jester Olea, one of the key players in their last game, one of the few bright spots. And he'll try to make an immediate impact as well. Sampurna splits his free throws to give the Generals a 1-point lead. Pereira spinning inside, no good. And Santos appeared to get hit on that rebound play. Nice spin move that time by Pereira. Just couldn't get it to go, and Bulawan gets called for that foul on Noel Santos. Santos gets the first free throw to go. Santos has been known to step it up when the Generals are missing one of their key wingmen, like what he did in one of their games last season. They stepped up to lead their team to the victory in one of their games last season. And he gets that second free throw to give the Generals a 3-point lead. Hermonia using the Perea screen. Wide right on that 3-point attempt. And Gilbero is on the break. Nice hands that time by Del Rosario. And Hermonio is all alone for the deuce. Another fast break attempt for the Express. And the first quarter buzzer sounds after trailing by as many as 9 points. The Taguig Generals are now suddenly up by 1 point, 28 to 27. We take a short break. And we're back to the ball game. Again, we're here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center for today's doubleheader in the NBL Season 2022 Chairman's Cup. And first up, we have the CamSur Express going up against the former champions, the Taguig Generals. Again, if you only tuned in, the Generals were down by as many as 9 points in the first quarter before erasing that deficit with their defense that led to easy baskets. And they are now on top by 1 point as we start the second quarter of play. Take a look at the bench points, 21 to 10. Again, the Generals picking up from where they left off in their last victory. They had 40 bench points in their last game where they beat the Laguna Kings 82 to 73. They had 40 bench points compared to just 28 for the Laguna Kings, and that has led to the victory, their first victory this season. But Redondo has other plans as he gives the lead back to the Express. Tanchoco, another three, but short this time. Francisco Tanchoco, one of the gunners for the Generals, trying to get his third three-pointer after making two in the opening period. Redondo jumper is good. Same spot in that opening period. That has been a friendly spot for Francis Redondo. As the Express now protecting a 5-point lead, or a 4-point lead rather. Hermonio trying to go for the steal, and he gets fouled, or he commits that foul on Mike Sampurna. As Castro and LJ Mayo coming back in for the Generals, trying to restore some order for the former champions. Hermonio also taking a break for the CamSur Express. That's Galoy inbounding the ball. Subido also coming in, but the steal that time by Raton, and Del Rosario drops it. Counter steal by the Generals. Now it's Lontok Sidestepping his way inside for two and the foul. Nice move by Lontok. Finishing that fast break. As Perea gets called for that foul. Nice control that time. Jonas Lontok completes the three-point play and trims the lead to just 1 point. Margallo inside. Take a look at the fast break points. The CamSur Express 10-6 leading the way early on, but Redondo showing that the Express can also score inside with that inside incursion, keeping the lead to the Express 33-31. Subido inside, kicks it out. Jumper from the left corner, no go. Raton on the other end. Redondo, another mid-range J, no good. Subido. Mayo, top of the key. We go inside to Lontok. Nice spin move, turnaround move for the easy deuce. Game is tied, 33 apiece. And a foul was called. Appears to be an offensive foul. That's on Alvin Margallo. Take a look at the left side on your screens. Margallo appeared to bump his defender. And the refs deemed it too much, enough to get called for that foul. Lontok takes its turn for that on that offensive foul. Another bump or look like an illegal screen. Moving on that screen that led to that offensive foul. So both offensive fouls canceling each other out. The Express have a chance to retake the lead. Redondo, they go inside. Yes! AJ Perea finding an opening inside for that short stab. Castro looking for Lontok inside. They love that matchup against Bulawan, but Bulawan deflects that pass. Take a look at this play again as AJ Perea finding an opening for that two. As Castro short on that three-point attempt. Perea catching the defense, sleeping on the left side, surging his way inside for two and the foul. As LJ Mayo gets called for that foul. AJ Perea making the generals pay with their lack of attention on defense. As he zooms his way inside for two and the bonus free throw. And bucket and the bonus for AJ Perea as he completes the three-point play. 4-point lead for the Express. 8 minutes left in the first half. Lontok turning around, taking a shot. The travel is called. And Bulawan celebrates his solid defense on Lontok. The two marquee matchups for the Generals and the Express, Jamil Bulawan and Jonas Lontok. Hermonio using the Magalong screen. And Moving screen once again. I think that's on Magalong. Arnaldo Magalong gets called for an offensive foul. Committing it on Subido. Luntok inside. And Hermonio, quick hands with the steal. Del Rosario inside. Ends up in the hands of Bulawan, who makes the do to go. Nice trailer job by Jamil Bulawan, who finishes it. Galoy inside, forcing the issue, no go. Express on the counter. Del Rosario. Hermonio decides to slow it down. Del Rosario open for three, no good. Rebound by Sampurna. Sampurna on the other end with a lefty layup is good. Mike Sampurna also finding some opening that time. Generals though still down by 5. Solid D by the Generals, ends up in a steal, and Galoy finishes it. And 2 quick plays for the Generals results in a timeout by the Express as their lead is only down by 3 points, 40-37. We take a break. And we're back to the ball game. Mike Sampurna was one of the key players in their last game, had 13 points and 3 steals, and was plus 18 in the efficiency mark in just 24 minutes of play, showing you how efficient he can be. And he's picking up from where he left off in this game. Mike Sampurna directing the offense for the Generals. One of the key players since they started as a franchise here in the NBL Pilipinas, and he has delivered for the Generals. Olea for 3, short. And Magalong drops to the floor. Early cramps. Looks like he's cramping up. Asking to be subbed out is Magalong. And that was a rebound play between Magalong and Mayo. Redondo looking for teammate. Redondo, no good. Yasa just coming in and making an immediate presence for the Generals. Sampurna though can't make it. Yasa the offensive board. Galo inside, forcing the issue. To no avail. The Express on the break, or on the attack on the other end. Hermonio thought about it. Now they go inside. Bulawan spinning inside. And he draws the foul. Is that on Yasa? J.R. Yasa. Yasa, the former PBA draft pick, now showing his wares as a homegrown talent for the Generals. Picking up his first foul. Hermonio spinning, pulling it up, no good. Again, Sampurna skying for that rebound. Subrabas directing traffic. Mayo draws that foul. Yes. Jester Olea. A bit too much that time. Enough contact for the ref to call that whistle, to blow his whistle for that foul. And another foul off the ball. That's on Jamil Bulawan. Bulawan already with 3 personal fouls, and that forces him to sit down. And Redondo comes into his place. Mayo inside, loses the handle, but they retain possession. Medinilla coming back in for the Express as Redondo takes a break. Mike Sampurna looking for a teammate. He finds Subrabas for 3 and he buries it. Harvey Subrabas, that's his first 3-pointer of the ball game, and that ties the ball game once again. We're knotted at 40 apiece. Less than 5 minutes left in the first half. Shot hits the board by Medinilla. And the Generals on the counter. Sampurna looking for a teammate. They find Galoy for the layup. Galoy scooping it inside. And the Generals once again take the lead. Game of runs here. As the Generals now in the middle of their own run to get the lead. Del Rosario. Inside, that's Raton. Medinilla back to Raton. Nice big man passing for the Express, leading to the Raton short stab. Mayo on top. Looking for a teammate. Drops it to Subrabas. Del Rosario with the deflection. Mayo with the reverse layup. A broken play, still getting it to go. Completed broken play for the Generals to retake the lead 44-42. But take a look at this connection by the big men of the Express. And on the other end, it's Mayo finishing that broken play for the Generals with that reverse layup. As the Generals get another delay of game warning. And so that leads to a technical foul and a technical free throw by Jester Olea, but he couldn't get it to go. Generals now up by 2. Del Rosario seeing some pressure from Subrabas. Again, referees saw enough contact by Subrabas to blow the whistle. That's 3 personal fouls on Harvey Subrabas. Coach Bing Victoria trying to lead his team to their second straight victory after starting the season with a loss. Subrabas taking a breather for Taguig. And the Generals on the counter-attack. Edziel Galoy finishes the fast break as the Generals now up by 4. Medinilla inside. Kicks it back out. Margallo draws the foul. That's on J.R. Yasa. Mayo finding Galoy on the other end. Lefty layup on the right side. Alvin AJ Margallo, the former Arellano standout, making his first free throw. And the Express bench asking for a technical foul as the Generals. And true enough, the referees whistle a technical foul on assistant coach John Ferriols, the former PBA star, for delaying the game. That's the third delay of game warning for the Generals. And the CamSur Express are trying to make them pay. Again, the former NBA and PBA star John Ferriols on your screens, now spreading his knowledge to the homegrown talents of the Taguig Generals. Margallo, though, can't complete that free throw as Taguig is still up by 2 points. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first half. And another foul. That's on J.R. Yasa once again. Another foul on Yasa. Margallo. Margallo laying it up and laying it in. Alvin Margallo trying to spark the bench of the Express as they tied the ball game once again. Noel Santos mid-range J is money. Generals take the lead back. Raton looking for a teammate. Olea back to Raton. Long J. No good. Ball ends up in the hands of Margallo. And he ends up in a traveling violation. Raton. He goes inside to AJ Alvin Margallo. And on the other end, Noel Santos. Money on that mid-range J. And we're back to the ball game. Take a look at LJ Mayo's performance in their last game. He stuffed the stat sheet against the Kings with 12 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, and 3 steals, doing it all over the floor as he has always been known for. LJ Mayo, one of the stars of the Generals, one of the most athletic players in the league, trying to continue to deliver for the Generals as Noel Santos, same spot and same result with that mid-range jumper as the Generals now up by 4. Redondo on top. Now it's AJ Pereira. Raton. Tough shot. Doesn't get it to fall. Yasa the rebound. Sampurna. Using the Santos screen. Gives it to Santos. Kicks it out to Galoy. Edziel Galoy for 3. Short on that shot. And the Express relieved to see that go out of bounds. Coach Bing Victoria certainly not happy with that play. And Coach John Paul Diswanko calls time with less than a minute left, and the Express trying to overhaul this 4-point lead. And we're back to the ball game. Redondo rather, and Hermonio trying to lead the Express to their first victory in their return to the NBL after starting the season with a loss. And so far, they are looking good, only down by 4 points against the Generals. But the Generals, on the other hand, are trying to make it back-to-back wins after getting a victory over Laguna in their last game. Hermonio, the layup, in and out. The three doesn't fall. And the Express get it back. Hermonio. Inside to Raton, the layup, and denied. That's denied by Yasa. Pereira gets it to go, and the foul. AJ Pereira. Raton looking like he can't find the teammate. Suddenly finds AJ, the cutting AJ Pereira for that shot or the layup. Although he doesn't complete the three-point play. Express only down by 2. Galoy. Short J. Short. And Hermonio gets the rebound. They push the break. And the halftime buzzer sounds. The Taguig Generals protecting a 2-point lead, 50-48. A seesaw ball game we have with you. After trailing by 9 points early on, Taguig Generals up by 2 points. We take a short break for the halftime statistics.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso, laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay sa daang matira matibay. Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan. Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan. Tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili. Di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay. Kamay na gustong sumabay, bawat sakit na may aray. Kahit mapagod maglaway, gagawin ko ang lahat. Kahit ang kaya, di sapat. Kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay sa daang matira matibay. Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan. Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan. Tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang. Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutihin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay sa daang matira matibay. Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan. Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan. Tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso, laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay sa daang matira matibay. Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan. Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan. Tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili. Di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay. Kamay na gustong sumabay, bawat sakit na may aray. Kahit mapagod maglaway, gagawin ko ang lahat. Kahit ang kaya, di sapat. Kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay sa daang matira matibay. Ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan. Lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan. Tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang. Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutihin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay, sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan, kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat.
To the ball game. The first game, it's the Taguig Generals protecting a 2-point lead against the CamSur Express. Again, the Generals, if you haven't seen it, they were down by as many as 9 points in the first quarter, but they tried to come back, and they did so, as they tried to fend off those early plays by Fred Sermonio, and that's Francisco Tanshoco starting in that comeback for the Generals to suddenly take that lead, and as well as Mike Sampurna stuffing the stat sheet once again as the Generals took a 1-point lead in the first quarter, and they continue to do damage down low. That's courtesy of Lontok. And on the other end, it's AJ Perea and Jamil Bulawan also doing their share to keep the game within striking distance, but still the Generals with a 2-point lead to end the game. Just to take a look at the stats, it's been pretty even so far. But the key statistic is again the bench points for the Generals. They have outscored the bench of the CamSur 27-15, picking up from where they left off in their victory against the Kings, where they had 40 bench points, and the leading scorers, Noel Santos, Sampurna, delivering off the bench with 15 points combined, while Lontok and Tanshoco also showing the way. And on the other end, it's Perea, Bulawan, Del Rosario, and Redondo. Balanced attack for the CamSur Express, as the fans enjoying some homegrown basketball action here at the Brenzy Giao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. This is just the first game of a scheduled doubleheader on this glorious Sunday in San Fernando. And in the second game, it's the Pampanga Delta hosting the Muntinlupa Constructicons. But now we're underway in the third quarter, the second half of this game. Quick start for Edsel Galoy, putting the lead up to 4 points for the Generals, 52-48. Bulawan, Redondo, he gets the friendly bounce and draws the foul. Bulawan finding Redondo, and LJ Mayo committing that foul. Redondo, however, strong on that free throw attempt. Mayo. Castro inside. Perea with a steal. Express on the break. Bulawan, however, misses the gimme shot. So Brabas on the counter. They find Galoy on the three, and he buries it. Edsel Galoy. 3-point bomb, and the Generals up by 5. Hermonio inside, kicks it out. Del Rosario for 3. No go. Mayo skies for the rebound. Castro, quick trigger. No good. Out of bounds. Ball goes to the Express. And Galoy gets called for that loose ball foul. But lista mo na on that play with that 3-point bomb on the left corner. Hermonio orchestrating the offense. Drops it to Redondo. The shot is no go. And the ball ends up in the hands of Castro. Counter-attack Generals. Castro pulls up for 3. Lista mo na, Fidel Castro. And the Generals now with their biggest lead of the ball game, 8 points, 58-50. A minute gone by, 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Hermonio trying to stop the bleeding, and he draws the foul. So Brabas commits that foul. Fidel Castro slowing down and pulling up for 3 like he did a few times with his stay with the Letran Knights. Former Letran standout Fidel Castro now delivering for the homegrown team, Taguig Generals. But Hermonio gets the first free throw to go. And the second one is also good. Perfect from the foul line is Fritz Hermonio. Lead is down to 6. Luntok drops it to Castro. No go this time. Perea the rebound. Hermonio. Del Rosario thought about it. Spinning. Perea. Redondo. Bulawan fakes it. Takes it strong and gets denied by Mayo. Nice timing that time. LJ Mayo with the denial. Only 1 second left on the Express shot clock. As LJ Mayo again showing his athleticism. They get it up. Another offensive board. And Lontok finally cleans up. Mayo on the other end, skying for that layup, and he draws that foul. That's on AJ Perea. Trying to prevent that fast break opportunity for the Generals. LJ Mayo skying high and getting rewarded with 2 free throws, and he buries the first. It's looking good for Coach Bing Victoria and the crew, as Mayo misses the second free throw rather, but they're still up by 7 points. Hermonio kicks it out. Perea for 3. Lista mo na, AJ Perea. Trying to restore some order for the Express. The lead is down to 4. Shot, Subido. No go. Express on the counter. Del Rosario Jonathan, no go. But the offensive board, another offensive board. Still can't get it to go. Another possession for the Express. Hermonio this time. Draws a foul. That's on LJ Mayo. Third personal foul for LJ Mayo. As Hermonio troops to the foul line. Again, Coach John Paul Diswanko. We talked to Coach before the game and he said to not think about the last victory. They had no excuses after that last victory, but his exact words were no excuses but never forget, because that will propel them to a better performance in this game, and that's showing right now, although they're still down by 3 points, as Hermonio gets the second free throw to go. Lead is just down to 2 points. Again, continuing the talk with Express coach John Paul Diswanko. They were on leave, or they just started practicing just 2 weeks ago, and they have been only together for 2 weeks. So you can see the chemistry still growing for the Express. As Del Rosario misses that 3-point attempt. Generals on the counterattack. Castro finishes the layup, finishes the 3-on-1 fast break. As the Generals keep the Express at bay. Del Rosario, right wing, decides to take it. A bit strong on that shot. They get a second chance opportunity. Still no go. That's from Perea. And foul was called. The ball goes to the other end. That's only the first personal foul on Mark Raton. As AJ Margalio trying to provide the spark off the bench. As Hermonio takes a breather. Medinilla on top. Medinilla finds a way inside over Noel Santos for 2. As the Express inch closer to just 2 points, within 2. Lontok, mid-range jumper, trickles out. Noel Santos gets the board, but he gets denied by Medinilla. Sampurna, fancy pass to Tanchoco. Ends up in the hands of Azares. No good on that 3. Another chance. But the possession arrow. Ball stays with the Generals. 12 seconds on the General shot clock. Sampurna finds Tanchoco on the corner for 3. Short. Medinilla the rebound, and Del Rosario is all alone for the deuce. Ball game is tied once again. Another knotted ball game. We had 8 deadlocks in the first half, and the trend continues in the second half as the game is tied once again. Again, take a look at this Generals play. Lontok. And there's a foul. As Raton or Perea takes a seat. Same play. They go inside, but they kick it out. Azares. Layup is good. Azares making his presence felt off the bench. Medinilla kicks it out. Margalio. And he draws the foul. That's on Azares. Chris Azares. His first action in this ball game after not seeing some minutes in the first half. Raton. Del Rosario against Sampurna. Del Rosario faking it and making the jumper. Smooth shot. Jonathan Del Rosario. And the ball game is tied once again. 63 apiece. Less than 5 minutes remaining, approaching the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. As Azares, another 3-point bomb to give the lead back the Generals. Immediate offensive spark is Azares off the bench. Margalio. Medinilla for 3. In and out. Sampurna the rebound. Tanchoco thought about it. Gets deflected. But Lontok was there to finish the shot. Jonas Lontok powering his way inside for the deuce and the bonus. And AJ Alwin Margalio already with 5 personal fouls. That's gonna hurt for the Express as they can miss one of their top playmakers. It's Del Rosario, however, taking a break, and Margalio still on the court despite those 5 personal fouls. As Jonas Lontok prepares to take the free throw. And bucket and the bonus for Jonas Lontok as the Generals are up by 6 once again. And that forces another timeout by the CamSur Express as they trail by 68 to 63. Or 69 to 63 is the lead by the Generals. The CamSur Express talk it over. And we're back to the ball game. The Generals protecting a 6-point lead, and you see the cell phones by both teams. This is to protect. That has been to protect the integrity of the ball game. NBL Executive Director or Executive Vice President Rose Montreal mentioned that teams have been doing this for quite a while now to protect, again, the integrity of the ball game. To be fair, they confiscate the cell phones before the start of the games. They only return it after the ball game for the fairness of the game. Even one team executive was fined for violating that policy. So no one is spared from that rule to protect the integrity of the ball game once again. Sermonio this time. No good on that three-pointer. Express trying to overall the 6-point deficit with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Azares wide right on that three, but the Generals get another possession. Sampurna. And it gets stolen. Magalong inside, no good, but the tip-in is there. Medenilla was there to clean up the mess. Lead is down to 4 for the Generals. Sampurna. Noel Santos, his favorite spot, but he doesn't get it to fall. And possession arrow is still with the Generals, and they retain possession. Sampurna, and that's Raton battling for that loose ball. Tansyoko open for 3, he fakes it. Lontok back inside to Tansyoko, who nails that shot. Bucket and the bonus. Francisco Tansyoko showing he can also score inside and not just from 3-point distance. Lontok, nice feed inside, and Tansyoko with the patience, getting his defender up for that deuce and the foul. Tansyoko completes the 3-point play as the Generals up by 7 points, approaching the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Fred Sermonio laying it up. Magalong the offensive board. Battle for the loose ball, ends up in the hands of Medenilla. Tough angle that time, and he gets it out of bounds. Ball goes to the Generals. Again, Lontok. Stingy defense. He's just a wall that time that Medenilla can't cross. Jamil Bulawan coming back to the ball game. Trying to be a steady presence down low for the Express. Sampurna drops it inside to Santos. Doesn't fall. Sermonio directing traffic. Fred Sermonio. Raton inside. Bulawan, no go. Raton gets it. They go inside. The shot is good. Soliman. Instant offense for Soliman. He just came in the basketball game and he immediately scores with that short stab. Nice fake and nice finish for Paul Jan Soliman. And we're back to the ball game. Fans warming up for this first game of a scheduled doubleheader in the NBL Pilipinas. Now it's between the Express and the Taguig Generals, and in the main event it's the Pampanga Delta against the Muntinlupa Constructicons. Again, the Generals protecting this 5-point lead. Less than a minute left in the third quarter. Santos on top of the key. Pass or the ball gets deflected and it looks like it will stay with the Generals. Santos can't find the teammate and he decides to drive himself. Now it's Azares for three. Strong on that three-point attempt. Hermonio setting up the play. Kicks it out. Olea for three. No go. Raton gets an offensive board. And he finds Hermonio inside for the deuce. In the right place at the right time is Fritz Hermonio to cut the lead to 3 points. Less than 15 seconds to go in this period. Santos. Sampurna mid-range jumper. Strong. And Bulawan gets the board. Express push it. And the fast break opportunity not completed by Hermonio that time. But still a solid ending to the quarter by the Express as they cut the lead to 3 points, 72 to 69. We'll find out what happens in the fourth quarter. And we're back to the ball game in what is shaping up to be a tight finish between these two teams, the Express and the Generals. As Taguig is only clinging to a 3-point lead, 72 to 69. It's been a close battle in the third quarter. And it looks like it's going to be that way until the end. We'll see in this fourth quarter. So take a look at the quarter scoring again. A seesaw battle for both teams. Just a 1-point lead by each team in each of the quarter, resulting in this close game so far as Margallo, or the Generals rather, scoring to get that lead back up to 5. Perea floating it up, floating it in is AJ Perea. Again, this seesaw battle continues early in this fourth quarter. Santos on top. Pansyoko. Mabalumba. Gets it deflected and AJ Perea on the break. Perea decides to take it. No go. Santos the rebound. Sampurna on the counter-attack and he gets denied by Jamil Bulawan. No sir, says Jamil Bulawan to Mike Sampurna. Take a look at this again. No free lane that time for Mike Sampurna as Jamil Bulawan was there for the rejection. Reinforcements coming in as LJ Mayo is back for the Generals. Lontok also trying to come back in for Taguig. In for J.R. Yasa. Again, the CamSur bench pleading for a technical foul for delay of game. As the Taguig Generals trying to still figure out who to send on the floor. Still some miscommunication between Coach Bing Victoria and the officials here. Lontok coming back in as well. And Galoy as well. Edsel Galoy back in. So true enough, another delay of game violation was called and resulting into a free throw conversion by Jonathan Del Rosario. Coach John Paul Diswanko certainly happy about that as they trimmed the lead to just 2. Edsel Galoy. Galoy sidestepping his way inside. Finding an opening for 2 is Edsel Galoy. Lead is back up to 4 for Taguig. Del Rosario stop and pop 3. A bit strong on that shot as Galoy cleans it up. Galoy again sidestepping his way. Kicks it out to Subrabas. But the shot doesn't fall. Perea looking for teammate. Pressure D being shown by the Generals. Margallo gets it across. Perea inside, nice feed. But Redondo couldn't get it to fall. But a foul was drawn. Yasa already with 3 fouls. As Redondo troops to the foul line for 2. Wide left on that first free throw attempt. That's Hermonio trying to come back in for AJ Margallo. Another empty trip for Redondo, wasting that possession for the Express. Galoy thought about it, takes it, a bit strong on that 3. And it's out of bounds. Ball goes to the other end. Now it's Gabawan. Del Rosario. He gets it to fall. The friendly bounce for Jonathan Del Rosario. As the lead is down to 2. Galoy inside. And kick ball. Ball stays with the Generals. Fresh shot clock at 14 for Taguig. Castro. Now it's Galoy against Hermonio. Galoy scoops it up, no good. Ball ends up in the hands of Redondo. Hermonio back out to Redondo. Scoop shot, no good, but Bulawan was there to clean it up. As the Express have tied it once again. We're now knotted at 76 apiece. Approaching the 8-minute mark of the 4th and final quarter. Galoy gets fouled. Hermonio commits that foul. Lontok coming back in for Jay Ariasa. Galoy looking for Lontok inside. They like this matchup again. Lontok kicks it out. So Brabas, they run out of time. Shot clock violation and solid D that time by the CamSur Express. Can't like that, says Coach Bing Victoria. As the Generals waste that possession. Del Rosario using the Redondo screen, taking it. And a veteran move that time for Jonathan Del Rosario. Fishing for that foul and drawing it on Edsel Galoy. Del Rosario again fishing for that foul and drawing the fourth foul of Edsel Galoy. Del Rosario, one of the veterans ever since they first participated in this tournament. Hitting that first free throw. Perfect trip from the foul line as the Express again retaking this lead 78-76. The seesaw battle continues. Castro. Pull up J, no good. And the ball stays with the Generals. Galoy. Subrabas looking for a teammate. Finds Mayo. They try to go to Lontok and the foul was called. That's on Bulawan. That's the fourth personal foul on Jamil Bulawan, forcing the Express to sit him down for a while as Raton comes in. Subrabas setting up the play. Mayo inside. Out to Castro for three. No good. Galoy was there to clean up the mess. Edsel Galoy. Ball game is tied once again. Perea. Del Rosario. Quick trigger three. No good. Offensive rebound. Perea, the layup, still no go. Raton, Subrabas swipes it away. Castro, the layup, still no go. Lontok though was there to power his way inside. And once again, the lead change leads to a 2-point lead for the Generals, 80-78. Again, Galoy. Right timing for that rebound and Lontok in the other play for that power move. Generals up by 2. And we're back to the ball game. Take a look at another all-around performance from Mike Sampurna, flirting with a double-double, just 1 point away from a double-double and 4 assists away from a triple-double. Again, Mike Sampurna doing it all for the Taguig Generals on offense and on defense to help this team protect a 2-point lead with less than 7 minutes remaining in this game. Some pressure being shown by Subrabas. Hermonio. Medinilla looking for Del Rosario. Decides to give it to Perea. Raton inside to Medinilla. Nice passing, bold movement from the CamSur Express, leading to that team basket. And a short stab by Medinilla to tie the ball game once again. Galoy for three. Lista mo na. And just like that, quick trigger, quick retaliation, and the lead is back to the Generals by three. Hermonio using the Raton screen. Del Rosario against Galoy. Del Rosario fakes it. No good on the three. So Brabas on the counter. Kicks it out to Castro. Now it's Mayo looking for a teammate. Ball gets deflected by Del Rosario, preventing that wide open three by Galoy. As you take a look at that Galoy wing three-pointer. And talking about Galoy, right on cue, another shot. But Medinilla catches the defense sleeping with that slammer. First slam dunk of the ball game for Medinilla to keep the Express alive. They're down by just 3 points, less than 5 minutes to go in this fourth and final quarter. Del Rosario, another deflection and a completed steal. Del Rosario, the denial by LJ Mayo. No can do, sir. LJ Mayo flashing his athleticism once again. Take a look. Also, Medinilla with this show of athleticism. Then it's LJ Mayo with the denial on the other end. Medinilla. Raton, mid-range J, no good. Subrabas gets it. And there's a foul away from the ball. That's looks like on Raton, committing the foul on Jonas Lontok. Again, Raton looking like he had too much contact as Lontok tried to get some position for a post-up that time. Sampurna is back in the ball game to replace Galoy, who deserves his breather after a solid performance for the Generals. Sampurna. Tansyoko using the screen. Subrabas. Lontok floating it up, floating it in. Jonas Lontok bringing the lead back up to 5 points. Exactly 4 minutes remaining in this fourth and final quarter. Can the Generals keep this up, or will the Express make one last run to get their first victory in this tournament? Hermonio for three, no good. Another save attempt, but Raton, or Redondo rather, can't get the save to go. As Lontok tear-dropping his way inside to give them a 5-point lead. And we're back to the ball game. The Express trying to make one last stand in their bid to get their first victory. AJ Perea and Jonathan Del Rosario trying to lead this rally. But the Taguig Generals are protecting a 5-point lead with less than 4 minutes left in this game. And the foul was called. That's on AJ Perea. Sampurna drawing that foul. Perea looking like he almost had Sampurna committing a turnover, but Medinilla was there to deny. 11 seconds on the general shot clock. The denial, take a look at that again. Lontok showing his post moves to no avail as Medinilla gets the rebound. Medinilla putting the moves on Santos. Perea back out to Hermonio, who takes the three, doesn't get it to fall. Subrabas with the rebound. Tansyoko for three, lista mo na! Huge three-pointer for Francisco Tansyoko, but Hermonio was on the other end, again catching the defense sleeping. But the Generals are still up by 6 points. 2 minutes and 30 remaining in the ball game. Can the Generals hold on? Lontok inside. Repost. Jonas. Bulawan with the near steal and the shot clock violation. Solid defense shown by the Express. They are not going away. Tansyoko with the trademark three-point bomber. And on the other end, Hermonio quick to retaliate to keep them within striking distance. The Express try to inch closer. Hermonio, some opening. Still no go on the three-pointer. Still can't get a break on the three-pointer is Hermonio. As we cross the 2-minute mark of the ball game, we're at the twilight zone between the Generals and the Express. Can the Express try to make one last comeback in their bid to get their first win this season? Again, take a look. Who touched it last? Was it Del Rosario or Mike Sampurna? Referees reviewing the call or the play. Again, Sampurna teaming up with LJ Mayo to lead the backcourt of the Generals as they protect the 6-point lead. Hustle play that time by Jonathan Del Rosario. We'll see if he gets rewarded. Again, Jonathan Del Rosario, one of the stars of the CamSur ever since their first participation in the NBL Pilipinas. And it seems that they will be rewarded with a possession as the referees decide it's going to be CamSur ball. Time is running out on the Express, so they have to make a move right away. Del Rosario. Bulawan inside, Perea drops it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Solid D by the Generals. And then another timeout here as the Taguig Generals try to talk it over in their bid to protect the 6-point lead. We take a break. And we're back to the ball game. Mike Sampurna and Edziel Galoy trying to protect the 6-point lead for Taguig. Less than 2 minutes left in this ball game. Can they hold on? Lontok inside. Tansyoko losing some room. Long three by Galoy. Solid D by the Express. Margalio. AJ Margalio lays it up. And it's out of bounds. Ball stays with the Express. Although the referees are confirming it and are trying to review that play if indeed the CamSur Express retain possession. Margalio trying to take matters into its own hands, and looks like it was touched last by Noel Santos. So we'll see if the officials confirm. And true enough, the ball stays with the CamSur Express, who are trying to make a comeback from the 6-point deficit. We'll find out what happens after this timeout. And we're back to the ball game. The Express trying to erase the 6-point lead with 1 minute and 21 seconds left. Margalio. Medenilla trying to take his son on a three. Short. And the ball goes out of bounds. And time is running out on the Express. Coach John Paul Biswangco actually is missing one of their key players in the form of Jeb Bulawan. Jeb Bulawan, the former Lyceum star and PBA draft pick, who still has a contract with the PBA, and although it's set to expire this month, and he will be available to play for the Express in November. So watch out for the Express next month, as they will field finally a full strength lineup with Jeb Bulawan in tow. But for now, they have to make do with what they have as they try to erase or come back from this 6-point lead. Sampurna. Again, officials reviewing this play. Looks like the Express or Margallo. AJ Margallo touched it last. But refs still reviewing the call. And after the review, the Express get another chance to trim this lead further. As they get possession with a minute left in this game, we'll find out if they can still continue with this comeback after this break. And we're back to the ball game. Mike Sampurna unfortunately committing that turnover to reward the Express one more possession. Bulawan. Now it's back to Del Rosario. Trying to make something happen here, and he takes it, no good, and LJ Mayo with the rebound. And Perea commits that foul right away to stop the clock. Four fouls already for AJ Perea as Jonathan Del Rosario fails to convert on that three-point attempt. LJ Mayo skying high for that rebound as the Generals call for another timeout to set this up. Back to the ball game. A tight finish this time, but the Generals are looking good with a 6-point lead. As you take a look at the crowd, sizable crowd here at the Brenzigal Convention Center, watching this warm-up to our main event between the Pampanga Delta and the Muntinlupa Constructicons. Taguig trying to close this game out the right way as they try to keep the 6-point lead going. LJ Mayo on the other end. LJ Mayo gets it to go. Lead is up to 8. Time is not on the side of the Express. Perea inside, no good. But he draws a foul. Jonas Luntok. Foul that time. And on the other end, Mayo converting that layup after evading that block by Bulawan. As Perea gets the first free throw to go. And the second one is good as well for AJ Perea. Lead is still at 6 points. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Perea stopping the clock once again as he commits that foul. Generals looking good. Poised to get their back-to-back victories and an improved record 2-1. While if the Express lose, they will fall to 0-2 at the bottom of the standings. We'll see if the Taguig Generals and Mike Sampurna can close this out the right way, although Mike misses the first free throw. Sampurna in and out on the second free throw, keeping a window alive or open for the Express. LJ Mayo, however, deflects that and he draws the foul. Wasted possession that time for the Express as Mayo with the interception. Again, LJ Mayo trying to finish the Express off. Still, a window is open as LJ misses the free throw. Olea coming in for the Express. As Mayo gets the second free throw to go, the lead is up to 7 points. Again, Taguig well on their way to their second straight victory as Alvin Margallo scores on that alley-oop, but it's not enough as the final buzzer sounds. The Taguig Generals hold off the CamSur Express 93-88. A hard-earned victory for the Taguig Generals after going down by as many as 9 points. They come away with a 5-point victory. We'll have the best player with us after this short break.
And Search and Lifestyle Best Player of the Game.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala.
The game is not yet over. There is still 0.6 seconds left after that foul from Jamil Bulawan. So an anticlimactic finish to this game as Galoy tries to add to this final score or this final lead for the Generals. Generals on the way to their second straight victory after starting the season with a loss. As Galoy certainly one of the bright spots for the eventual or the potential winners in this game. Edsel Galoy, the leading scorer so far in this game, showing he deserves the starting spot as one of the backcourt players for the Generals. And he's perfect from that foul line. And that Fritz Hermonio shot, will that count? Again, Fritz Hermonio just putting the finishing touches on this game. Still, the Generals are on their way to back-to-back victories. As the refs confirm, the basket counts for Fred Sermonio to at least trim the deficit. Still, it's a great victory for the Generals, 95-90. We interviewed the best player after this.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso, laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami.
And we're back to the ball game. The Taguig Generals holding off the CamSur Express 95-90. And all because of this, or one of the best players why, is Edziel Galoy, showing he deserves the starting spot with 20 points, 7 boards, and 2 assists, as he showed the way alongside Mike Sampurna and LJ Mayo to lead the Generals to their second straight victory after starting the season with a loss. We have our best player with us tonight, Edziel Galoy, the former perpetual standout. Edziel, congrats sa game nyo today. What was the mindset coming in na gusto niya nang masimulan yung win streak nyo?
Ano lang po, lagi lang po kaming nakikinig sa ni coach. Ang mga sinasabi, yung defense po namin, kailangan namin trabahuin sa loob para mas maganda po yung nilalaro namin sa loob.
Yun, kung alam mo, yung Taguig former champion sila. So with this second victory, tingin mo tuloy-tuloy na, and tingin mo mababalik ba yung mindset niyo na makapag-champion kayo ulit?
Gagawin po namin lahat para makabalik po sa championship and makuha po namin yung champion.
Dahil best player ka, pwede kang bumati. May gusto kang batiin?
Una binabati ko po yung family ko, yung mama ko, yung mga kapatid ko, mga taga sa amin, mga taga Taguig, mga taga Rocky Side. Because si Sky. Ako si Edziel Galoy, certified homegrown ng Bagong Bayan, Taguig City.
And there you have it, the best player of the game, Edziel Galoy, leading the Generals to a 95-90 victory over the Express. Take a look at the game highlights, why the Generals and Edziel Galoy showed the way. Actually, it was a slow start for the Generals as they were down by 9 points. No thanks to Fred Sermonio and the rest of the CamSur Express leading the way. But Francisco Tansyoco came off the bench to spark that Generals bench. Sampurna, though, also had other things in mind as the Generals suddenly were up by 1 point after one, and they kept it up in the second quarter courtesy of Jonas Luntok with his post plays, and AJ Pareja on the other end trying to keep them alive or at bay or within striking distance is CamSur. But Edziel Galoy, the former perpetual help standout, leading the way for the Generals to give them a slim lead entering the break, and he picked it up from where he left off, as well as Fidel Castro doing some doing some damage from the 3-point area. AJ Pereado trying to keep them alive as the Generals protect a 3-point lead, and in the fourth quarter, that's where the Generals and Mike Sampurna kept the lead alive. Jonas Lontok with those floaters, and Tansyoko coming alive with the 3-point bombs once again. LJ Mayo also putting the finishing touches to this 5-point victory for the Taguig Generals. Back-to-back victories for Taguig after starting the season with a loss. But don't go away. We still have our main event. It's between the Pampanga Delta hosting the Muntinlupa Constructicon. So there you have it. After our first game, stick around for some more homegrown basketball action after this short break.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso, laging aasa. Handang suguri ng lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway. Gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat. Kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat, hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang.
Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutiin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, takas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa, sa alab na puso laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway. Gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya, di sapat kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat. Hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad, ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, tapas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.
Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat paghusayan, tuloy-tuloy lang.
Kakayanin ang lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutiin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin.
Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban.
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan.